All right. How's everybody doing? Yeah, good to be here. Good to be here. So something strange happened to me the other day. My girlfriend left town, and every time a pretty girl would be nice to me, I thought it was this big elaborate trap that my girlfriend had set. Like I was in line trying to get a sandwich, and this girl stands next to me and says, "Oh, the food smells great." "Oh, so how do you know my girlfriend?" I've fallen for that shit. Yeah, my girl, she works at Planned Parenthood, and oddly enough, she gets hit on sometimes by guys. I thought, oh, that's pretty ballsy. They'll just come out and ask for a number. But she's so cool about it too. She'll just be like, "Well, this isn't my number, but you can call this if you need to refill your prescription for genital warts." Pretty awesome. But I'm pretty sure getting back into a serious relationship should require some sort of training. Let me give you an example. I was single for about 6 years, and I never had to deal with a woman during those special few days that she has every month. I just didn't need to. And then I meet this incredible woman, fall in love, and I'm just supposed to be able to handle it? It doesn't work that way. Like I woke up in our bed alone one night and went out to the couch and she was there crying. Like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And she goes, "No, actually, when I came home from work, you didn't really pay me much attention when you were finishing the dishes, doing the laundry, and cooking us dinner." Huh. Sort of goes against everything I thought I knew about living with a woman. While my brain was trying to process that, she follows through with, "And you didn't even want to snuggle me while we were sleeping." I was not even conscious. What am I supposed to do? So I just said, "You know what, I'm not trained for this anymore, I'm going to bed. But congratulations on finding new and exciting things to get mad about." But a lot of people like to romanticize about like the good old days of being single, but I don't. They were horrible, let's be honest. Like, I went out with this girl a couple of times. She was just the nicest person I'd ever met in my entire life. The first date, so nice. Second date, she's even nicer. Third date, not so nice. And as it turns out, those first 2 dates, she was high on heroin. And now she's out of heroin and demanding that I buy her more heroin. What a peach. Another girl I was with complained of me being distant while I was inside of her. I don't know how much closer I can get inside of you right now. Another girl I was with, we were dating for about 2 months, and she calls me up and says, "Hey Joe, I'm pregnant. But don't worry, I'm 3 months along, so it's not yours. But the good news is the father's no longer in the picture, so you actually get to raise this child as your own." What a treat for me. Wow. Wow. Does anybody else have any lifelong mistakes they want to make and have me take responsibility for? Jesus. Another weird thing I hate about being single is meeting a new lady for the first time. Every time you take them back to your house, you get them a little house tour. And every time they say the same thing when they get to the bedroom. They go, "Oh, is this where the magic happens?" "Yeah, this is where I'll guess your card, pull a rabbit out of a hat, and make your daddy issues disappear." So there's a birth control method that I don't quite understand. And how do I put this without being too disgusting? When a guy pulls out of the race just before the finish line and then crosses the finish line on her stomach. I don't get that. It's like the best part of the race. Stay in there. It's like the equivalent of a guy climbing all the way to the top of a mountain, gets to the top, the summit, the payoff, then he spends his entire time trying to figure out how to text his buddy a picture of an icicle that looks like a dick. Or like, what about a guy that's getting a massage? In the last 5 minutes, he stands up and rubs his back into the door jamb instead. No? Alright. How about, it's kind of like taking a road trip from Seattle to New York City, and at the last second you say, fuck it, let's go to Jersey instead. There we go. But there's certainly pros and cons about being in relationships too, like meeting the friends for the first time. It can be kind of painful. There always seems to be, every group of friends always seems to have that one friend that nobody can really explain how they met him, why they're friends with them, but they always say the same thing. They say, oh, you know, he's really nice, you just got to get to know him better. That is the telltale sign that someone is an absolute piece of shit. But I was at what I thought was a sophisticated party. I was dressed up kind of nice, and in walks a guy wearing sneakers, Superman underpants, and a pink tank top. So it's gonna get weird. And sure enough, about 5 minutes after he arrived, he's got his Superman underpants around his ankles, and he's wiggling his dick on the dance floor. Wow. At this point, my inner monologue is just kind of saying, Joe, they're her friends, they're not yours, just be cool. And then he gets introduced to me, and he just sort of grabs my ball bag and hangs onto it and just looks me right in the eye. Yeah, at this point my inner monologue has left the building and is running down the street. So this is the point of the party where I decided to have a couple of hundred drinks. And then a couple hours go by, and I'm feeling pretty good at this point, and I walk up to him and go, he was taking a break from dick wiggling at this point. And I walked up to him and said, hey, that guy passed on the couch, wouldn't it be funny if you put your nuts on his forehead? And he turns to me and says, that's rape, and you support rape culture. Whoa. You need to relax, sir. And then, of course, we're starting to make a scene at this point. And all these people that I'm meeting for the first time are only hearing that I'm, in fact, a rapist, and I support rape culture. So it's going great. So I get a little defensive, and I say, hey, man, you've been shaking your dick at everybody that's walked through this door. You grabbed my ball bag without my consent, and you're calling me rapey? I think you need to do some self-reflecting, sir. But then, you know what he said? He goes, you could have stopped me anytime you wanted. Isn't that exactly what rapists say? They just told me I was asking for it. So I just got kind of mad and left the room, and I overheard my girlfriend telling her friends, you know what, my boyfriend, he's really nice, he's not rapey, you just got to get to know him. But I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else. Well, everybody in this room is better than the dick wiggler, let's be honest. But I'll do some shit too. Like I'll eat 9 candy bars and wash it down with a glass of almond milk because regular milk is bad for you. Or every payday, I live like a rock star for 2 days. Fine wine, cigars, fancy restaurants. Then for the next 12 days, I live like a peon. Trying to figure out how I'm going to pay rent, get groceries, put gas in my car. And if I eat nothing but eggs and instant potatoes for 12 days, will I explode? Does this ever happen to you guys? You'll pick up your phone and call your friend, and it rings a couple of times, and you forget who you called, so you check again. Rings a couple more times, you check again just to make sure that's who you're calling, and then click hello. You have no fucking idea who you called. What happens to your brain at that point? The same thing happens to me when I'm driving. I kind of slip into autopilot, like everybody does, but when I slip out, I'll have no idea where I am, where I'm going, nothing looks familiar. It's like, what, did I just slip into an alternate dimension? Oh wait, I'm going to Redbox, that's right. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So I love cats. We had some anti-cat humor before. I found it pretty troubling. fan over here. It's almost at like a unhealthy level, but not yet. But so they got an they're indoor-outdoor cats, which is great for them. But I worry sometimes, and for example, it's dangerous. So I wake up this one morning. It's like 5 in the morning. I wake up and I just hear my cat and some raccoons screaming. So I run outside, barefoot, run through the woods, find this raccoon, and I punch it in the fucking face. Has anyone in this room punched a raccoon in the face? Round of applause for me right now. Thank you. Thank you. But so I saved the day, and everybody was all right. Took the cats to the vet. But then I had to go to the hospital to get the, not the tetanus shot, but the rabies shot. Thank you. And I'm in the elevator going up, and there's this old woman in the elevator, and I start telling her the story, and then she just kind of has this crazy look in her eye. But then I get done with the story, and she just starts rattling off all of these rabies statistics. Fuck that word. And so I'm starting to get a little freaked out. And then she says, you know what, when you get home, you need to quarantine your cats and then terminate them. This woman said quarantine, terminate, and my cats in the same sentence. That's not, so now I'm in a full-blown panic, and I'm starting to think, who did I just tell this story to? Is this woman gonna report me to the rabies police, and they're gonna come take my cats away in the middle of the night with me crying in my robe? So I got kind of defensive. I was like, hey lady, I punched a cat in the fucking, or a raccoon in the face today, not my cat. And now I'm in an elevator with an insensitive bitch. I will punch you with my rabies-infested fist right now. Yeah, I love my cats. I got some other problems too. Let's go with bathroom issues. I can't sit on a toilet seat, everybody. That's right, I choose to hover. Thank you. I hover in public, I hover at home. I've never actually sat on my own toilet seat in my own house before. It's a sickness. But if anybody wants to have a wall sit competition, count me in. I was in the bathroom the other day and I noticed that the roll of toilet paper was gone, but it was not replaced. I had to think, now did this person's ass really only require the exact amount of toilet paper left on that roll? Or more likely did they get what they could and didn't think that changing the roll was worth a little bit of poop in their pants. It's like, I thought the guy that just put the new roll on top of the old roll was lazy, but this guy, that's how street marks are made, sir. Get it together. But to be fair, you can give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he saw that the roll was getting low and decided to live like a king, with extra large folds and crumples until the whole thing was gone. But I don't think that happened. I think he's got a little bit of poop in his pants, everybody. Have you guys ever forgot that you ran out of toilet paper? I have. I came home, I really had to go, I just ran into the bathroom, then I saw that the toilet paper was out, and I tried to reverse gears. But it was too late. And there I was, shitting my pants in my own bathroom. And so, to make a long story short, I used a terry cloth towel. And I gotta tell you, it was a delight. My girlfriend wonders where all the terry cloth towels are going in our house now. The other thing in the bathroom I don't quite understand is me and a guy will go into the public bathroom, a wall of open urinals, and I go to one urinal and he goes into a stall. So on behalf of myself and everyone else in this bathroom, no one is trying to look at your dick, sir. Nobody. Or like the guy who will go to the urinal but he'll kind of go at like a 45-degree angle, exposing his shame instead of himself. Or my favorite is the guy that just gets right up in the fucking urinal. It's like, there's some serious splashback happening. This man is choosing to spray his own urine all over himself or someone peeking at his penis. I can see how some people get a little weird in the bathroom when there's guys like me analyzing everyone's urination records. Alright, I also have some road rage problems. I think we all can share that, yes. But I'm pretty sure they could take everything they teach at driver's ed, throw it out and teach us how to merge onto the goddamn highway. Like, have you ever been trying to merge in front of some guy where there's plenty of room, but still he has to like zip up right to the back of your car and slam on his brakes just to show you that he had to use his brakes? Like, I didn't realize no one was allowed to drive in front of you today. Wow. And that for some reason you require 5 car lengths of space at all times. I hate that shit. Or like, have you ever been like sitting in a line trying to get on the freeway or something like that for like 10 minutes, and at the last minute some guy zips right in front of you at the last second? I lose my shit. I go into this intense fantasy where I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to my job today. I'm just going to follow this person around all day, cutting them off repeatedly in traffic, at the grocery store, at the bank, it doesn't matter. But then at the end of the day, this person will recognize me and be like, hey, you've been in my way all day. Who are you? I'm the blue Subaru you cut off 9 hours ago. See how you like it. Or like the guy at the red light who moves up 1 inch every 5 seconds. Stopping and starting, making you think the light keeps turning green and distracting you from texting like everybody else at the red light. He's the same asshole with the family cartoon car stickers, with one for each idiot parent, idiot child, idiot pet, dead idiot pet. I guess this is showing me how many orphans I'm gonna make after I sideswipe their car head first into a fucking telephone pole. Goddamn right. Thanks, Rob. I learned a lesson the other day that you should never road rage without tinted windows. Here's what happened. I'm in my car, I'm coming up to a red light, and this guy's just going really slow, so I don't honk, I don't flip him off, I just very politely scream obscenities in my car and drive around him. So I'm sitting there, and then he pulls up next to me, and I can just feel shit's about to go down. And I look over, and he's just in the middle of screaming at me, so I roll my window down, and he says, saving a lot of time there, big mouth? Big mouth? Well, why are you calling me big mouth, sir? He goes, oh, you don't think I could see you back in the rearview mirror saying the words, F you? No, actually, I didn't think you could see that at all. Checkmate, I got nothing. I just drove off and was like, now wait a second, this guy's going around driving like shit on purpose and then watching for people to get mad at him and then yelling at them. That's incredible. It's like I just met myself in the future. And all of a sudden I sideswiped my own car at first into a fucking telephone pole. But I have some anger problems. That should be clear. And I choose to blame my parents. Because every time I talk to them on the phone, I have no patience for the rest of the world. For example, I was talking to my dad and letting him know that he had ordered me firewood as a present. And when it arrived, I texted him something cryptic like, the eagle has landed. His response to that was, does that mean you're high on something, son? No, Dad, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, the firewood was delivered. He goes, oh, so you need to borrow money? Oh, God, at that point, just give Mom the phone. But that doesn't work because all she ever wants to talk about is how am I going to find a wife with those shoes that I wear? The car that I drive. Or am I really going to find the one with that untrimmed neck hair? So then I'll just try to get off the phone as quickly as possible. But every time I do, she says something disgusting. Like, okay, Mom, love you, goodbye. She'll go, okay, son, well, keep a wrinkle in it. That's disgusting. Therein lies the anger problem, guys. Then I have no patience for like the guys in the gym locker room who feel it's appropriate to blow dry their ball sack in front of everyone. What is going on here? They do it with so much pride, they put one leg up on the bench like there's some Vikings sailing across the sea with their foot on the bow of the ship and the wind in their balls. Like some perverted version of Captain Morgan. Oh, you got the captain in you? Well, if the captain is an image of your balls filling with air haunting you for the rest of the day, then I don't want the captain in me. But I don't really blame my anger problems on my parents. That's a cop-out. I was adopted by two of the greatest people in the whole world. I didn't deserve them. And I still don't. But when I was growing up, I was just sort of a weird, shitty little kid. Yeah. Like, when I was growing up, I decided that I don't want to poop anymore. Surprise, right? Like, I was just tired of it. Sitting on the toilet seat, wiping my butt, washing my hands, the whole thing, just forget about it. Till about 72 hours later when I was in the fetal position with the family doctor's finger up my butt. Man. Another weird thing I would do was I had this obsession with my socks, where if they weren't pulled up perfectly at all times, I would scream, "My socks aren't obeying me!" All right. One night I went into the bathroom with the lights off to brush my teeth, which what I thought was toothpaste turned out to be Preparation H instead. Yeah, I brushed my teeth with the lights on now. Another weird thing I would do was I like to wrestle pillows in trees. And on my trampoline anywhere. But this particular day, I was going to plan this big finale where I body slammed this pillow 40 feet out of a tree. Yeah. So I get up there, branch breaks, I fall, get a concussion, or break my arm. Now at this point, if you're my parents, you got to be thinking, we paid full price. For a kid that wrestles pillows and trees and loses. He brushes his teeth with hemorrhoid cream. He screams at his socks all day. And every 6 months we have to take him to the hospital because he decided to stop pooping again. Somebody got ripped off here. I told you we should have adopted a highway. But growing up in my parents' house, I had a secret drawer, everybody. And in that secret drawer consisted of 3 different items. Being a bottle of booze, a bag of weed, and a VHS tape of some of the most disgusting porn you've ever seen in your life. So me and my buddies would go out, have some of the booze, tastes pretty strong, but it doesn't really do the trick. Have some of the weed, same thing, tastes good, but it doesn't really get as high. And then that night, I went home and busted out the trusty VHS tape, and it was in that moment that I realized that my parents had found my secret drawer. Replaced the booze with vinegar, replaced the weed with lawnmower clippings, and recorded over the VHS tape with a 12-hour NASA launch video. And they didn't even say a word to me. I had to have the balls to go up to them, look them in the eye, to let them know that I know that they know. But the most embarrassing part was about a week later when they caught me jerking off to NASA launch videos. That's my time. You guys have been great.
Joe Luzzi, everybody. Joe Luzzi. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're on to our final comedian of the night.